Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers and Instagrammers and Twitter people. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Reader video blog. I'm Mary Sky. So, as I told you yesterday, I don't like spending 6 hours, but since I only have 1 hour and 18 minutes till I got a phone call, I am going to be doing some other stuff today. So when I'm done, I will have dinner, probably, whatever it is. I think Chloe was hinting at mac and cheese for me. I don't remember. Chloe also hinted I take a bath. Apparently, she thought I stank or something. I don't know. And then on top of this, I'm getting tired of the freaking computer pulling up the closed caption on the bottom. It always pops up for some damn reason. It's like I don't care for closed caption for my own videos. Anyways, I got my LibreOffice open. Today I'm going to be printing some letters out and signing them and then prepping them to be sent in the mail on the 3rd. So, letter writing. And then afterwards, that is why they invented the printer. So, anyway, so other than that, nothing is new. I thought I would share that with you. Um, you know, hopefully Higgins got a good night's sleep. Hopefully Chris got a good night's sleep from last night. And I know uh, Miss Wilson wanted me to stay with her last night on YouTube, but I refused. I put in a movie. I put in Titanic. I didn't cry at all. Chloe's like, you're going to cry. No, I didn't. I didn't cry at all. Uh, I also then, I watched River Run Through It. Then I watched Titanic. Then I watched 3 episodes of something called Jamestown. It's interesting. If you like the beginning of our country's founding in Virginia, that was interesting, Really interesting, So, how British people spent money and boat fare to bring someone over on a sailboat. And the rule is when they paid the way, they uh, had to marry the person. To me, that just sounds downright wrong back then, But this was almost 300 years ago, over 300 years ago. So things have changed, And those people are long gone, you know. It is what it is, Maybe one day someone will come across my YouTube videos 300 years from now and basically realize I was a interesting character and decide to um, do a life history of me. That'd be cool. So, anyways, I got my documents open. I just gotta go find the file folder, the thing called letters. Takes me a while because, well, you know how it is. I haven't sent letters out since I usually open spreadsheets, so Word documents is a bonus today. And then when we're done, I will see. I gotta warm it up. That's the problem with the printer. But I'm lazy, so So, anyways, today's just a simple day, like I said. And then, one by one, they will be signed off and mailed out. That's the fun part of writing these letters. I'm just lazy. I don't want to write by hand everything except for family. So, and I figured I got time to keep checking for comments. No comments. So, it's like one of those days. So, anyways, like I said, just wanted to get some printing out of the way today. And then I'll put it on my clipboard to sign later. Or I'll probably put them on my desk so I can sign them when ready. But I also think, having a printer comes in handy. So I have 4 more letters to write. Told you I'd get on for a bit today. I had a bath, so I felt clean. And I figure you guys can see me. I know Cousin Dinky's not watching this, so. And finally, the last one on this letter. go. So, all work is done for this. I got 41 spreadsheets I can start if I want, probably after the inspection. That'll be a big day, but I did get my Word documents done. So, anywho, otherwise, it's been a slow day this morning. Like I said, tried to get YouTube working. It was wonky. Otherwise, I am relaxing and enjoying myself. He's chewing on his food. His mouth's going. Anyway, it seems like there's not many comments today. I mean, Pee Wee ain't on, Chris ain't on, Mark ain't on, and Higgins ain't on. It just makes it feel like a slow day.
They do have lives.
So, and yes, I know they have lives. I'm just saying it's slow. I came on to, it's one of those days, I'll have a cup of coffee with you guys, and if there's no comments, I'll log out early, and as Chloe will know, I'll figure something to watch on television, unless I want to continue working offline with spreadsheets and Word docs. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I got that one thing I need to do, don't I? Two spreadsheets I have to print. Got to go over some notes. I think that's 4 spreadsheets I need to print. Well, we'll figure it out. Yep, didn't even get this done yet. Alright, so what we do is we go here. I guess I forgot to do this the night I was tired. I guess I said I'd do it tomorrow, so. Alright, so. No. Ah, fucking son of a bitch. You fucking do it. There. So apparently they want to open up OneNote, and I don't like OneNote at all. Okay. All right, so this one done. See, I'm actually saving a few things and then printing, so I have to remember that this is OneNote. Hold on, let's just do this. Property, okay, advance. So it won't let me. I gotta fucking do this every damn fucking time. I feel like I'm running my own printing press, everyone, today. All right, so I got two. How many spreadsheets do I got left? Great. Seems I'm gonna have to buy some ink soon. Oh, I buy ink only when I need it, you know. So okay. So almost done here, peeps. For this. right. See if this part's all done. There we go. So, next up, coffee and brushing my hair. Now later, I will write up my name on the file, and then I will, and not file the paperwork. I sign my name on all my business letters, and then I that's it, And then tomorrow we have an inspection. Probably I'll be sleeping. Hopefully they don't knock on my door, but if they do, then they're basically singling us out, So I had a bath, which was clean. Like I said, Chloe looked at me today and she says, I know you don't smell, but you should take a bath. No, I mean, I'm one of those, I like to conserve water. The electric bill's high enough as is, and so, you know how it is when it comes to this stuff. So, look at all this gray hair, I tell you, peeps. Gray hair, gray hair galore. Got my coffee cup ready to go, so. Anyways, still got to figure dinner out tonight, but I got a phone call around 7 p.m. with my sister. So let's check the comments since there has not been anything. And we have one from Debbie that says, hey there, how's the night going? Yeah, it's okay, I guess. I'm just basically, I had some YouTube trouble earlier. Anyways, she was asking last night about clam chowders. I found a nice place that I'm going to look into next month that might sell a good clam chowder and fish and chips on one of the other adjunction on another island nearby. We have 4 islands in the county. Island number 2, I believe, island 3 has a restaurant. I figure why not. So, anywho, I had some cheese last night before bed. Tastes pretty damn good in my opinion. So, we don't have much left in bread, so I can't make much in the club sandwiches, as we don't have much sandwich making left. But I'm going to have coffee with you guys because we'll have 54 minutes to kill. And like I said, I need to get on this morning to fire up the old printer. Frozen lobster is not good if it's went from fresh to frozen to fresh again because there's food poisoning. Like a lot of frozen seafood has a lot of seafood-borne illnesses. The other is shellfish is the most common type of food poisoning in existence. Why do you think the royal family is not allowed to eat lobster? Shellfish, shrimp, and lobster is the most 2 deadliest poisons for food poisoning ever. So to me, I wouldn't trust it. It depends on where you got it from, etc., etc. But to me, I won't trust it. No thanks. Yeah, well, Costco or not Costco, unless you get fresh seafood, you can't. The thing with Costco is they bring them in frozen, but sometimes they're already got food poisoning. I mean, look at the meats coming out nowadays. I wouldn't trust lobster. I'd be more trusting of a can of chicken soup from Walmart than that, because at least this, chicken soup's cheap at the same time. You won't get food poisoning. I've had severe, almost dying experience with shellfish, so you have to literally cook it properly. Now, unless I mean, For example, they've recalled shrimp. They've recalled so many different things in the past. They've, like recently, what was it they were recalling now? There was hamburgers and peanut butter. And then today I saw another recall on something, and I can't remember what it was. A recall on something. But again, my gripe to you all out there watching this is they say it's a volunteer recall. They recommend you throw this out because some has salmonella, E. coli, and something else. Chicken breasts. Literally. Now they're saying the chicken is now contaminated. Chicken. I'm sorry, but people see the chicken companies are now turning around and being like, we're just going to give a contamination to chicken. We already claimed hamburgers contaminated. Let's just contaminate chicken and make people buy more because we are fucking greedy little assholes. Thing is either you fucking cook your meat at 400 degrees in the oven till it kills all the bacteria and you can eat it with no trouble, or you turn around, you throw it out, and then you go buy more, which is more money. I mean, the government is not doing anything. The government should be like, hello, chicken company, you got to pay them for, I mean, right now they're saying that every person in America, that they're claiming it's like one type of company, but no one listens to it. They're just like, there's chicken, you have to go through the entire message to realize it's like one company in New York is recalling, but it makes national news. Now everyone's throwing out the chicken. I'm sorry to say we're having a food shortage because these fucking son of a bitch pantywaist bastards are basically screwing over us. What's next? We have a recall at all Stouffer's food and banquets and Swanson's TV dinners. I mean, come on. We're living in a world where we're basically getting too much recall. That's the thing. That is the fucking thing. Oh, we're recalling because I'm getting to the point that I'm getting pissed off. Next, it'll be canned goods, then more canned goods, then more canned goods. Then, literally, what's next? They can't recall lamb. So what's next on the list? Bacon? Well, we're recalling pig because there's a pig virus. I mean, come on. I mean, yesterday it was peanut butter. Today it's freaking chicken. Yeah, and the thing is people need to realize that it's just a few isolated incidences, but you don't need to go throw out your food. Literally. Plain and simple. That's how I see it. All these fucking recalls for what? Money? Money? I mean, it is the 22nd of May, okay? Let me put it this way. On the 27th is 1 week, 1 weeko till payday for me. That means I got 1 week to go scrounge stuff up. Ramen? No problem. Raviolis? No problem. When the frozen food runs out? No problem. Cook a ham up. Ziploc bags? No problem. Thing is, all these people standing around going, oh, well, we need to do a recall, and That's funny. Chris was saying something the other day that was too funny. Toodles. So anyways, Chris said to me the other day the funniest thing, right? Chris basically messaged me. I love Chris. He's a brother. And he said there's some serious whacked out shit, on YouTube. Whacked out shit, Because the other day he was talking about someone that came on our channel and had to do with husband, then boyfriend, then wife, then girlfriend. It was like 4 different stories. What is it, To me, I just said to Chris, if you got a problem, just freaking kick them out. I told Chris, execute 66 and boot them. We don't need these people around if they're, I must have not seen it on my channel, but the thing is I frankly don't care. Just get rid of them. Problem is you just get rid of these dumbasses. I mean, literally, you want to sit there and say, oh, apparently the thing I think it bothered Chris the most was the fact that the person is lying, and two is the fact that first they're married to a man, then they're married to a woman, then they have a girlfriend, then they have a boyfriend, then they're back to their husband. What story is what? That's the thing. If you're going to sit there and tell a story, you don't sit there and say, oh, well, I'm going to go call my wife in Portland, and then the next day, I'm calling my girlfriend in Spokane. I'm calling my boyfriend in New York.
That's a scammer. You can't stick with one story.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this. It's like this one day. Girl comes to me and wants to talk not on Instagram, but Discord. I said, fine, whatever. So I have a Discord channel for Instagram. What happened? Nothing. The other girl keeps throwing themselves at me, and I'm like, look, I don't have the money to bring someone over from Thailand or a daughter. I don't have the finances. Leave me alone. Oh, well, you want me to be your wifey? So what did I say? Don't make me call out the big dogs. Oh, what does that mean? Don't make me bring in someone to put you in your place. There's no one who can put me in your place, really. And then you've not met my roommate. My roommate, when I call, they answer. Chloe may be a royal pain in my ass, but there's one thing that I can rely on is Chloe will put their fucking foot down and ram it so far up. I mean, they're a scammer. They message me wanting boob pics. No, I'm not showing my naked body because I'm not disgracing myself as a minister of God. What did they say? I know you're not a minister of God. You know I'm a minister of God, then why would I basically want to defile myself? I mean, literally. I had to put them on a mute thing so I don't have to listen to them. The other one isn't saying or doing anything. I told them that the other one pissed me off because I'm being pestered. Oh, no, you're not being pestered. Yeah, I am. What do you mean you're being pestered? I said, I'm about to bring out the big dogs. And this person's like, who's the big dogs? My roommate. You have a dog that's big? I said, no. This person claims they're New York and Texas and Florida and Portland, Spokane, Alaska, you name it. They claim they're all over. One place to the next, right? So I finally said, no, my roommate's going to basically bark an order and take care of it, I mean, I got 3 different types of people right now that feels like pure scammers, literally, or liars, And Pee-wee and I, we both have our bullshit detectors on full board. Now, I can detect bullshit, Same goes for these scammers, literally. I mean, you got one from Thailand like, oh, you want wifey? No, I don't want a fucking wifey. Do I look like I need a fucking wifey? What I need is a fucking cup of coffee, fucking some dinner eventually, and to have Chloe use some common sense and be like, oh, yes, well, you're in the phone, I'm going to clean, but what would you like for dinner after your talk with your sister? I mean, I'm going to have a nice heart-to-heart with my sister tonight. But meanwhile, I'm dealing with idiots, basically, that are basically, oh, you want wifey? You show me boobs. We share. We don't share. I'm not going to defile myself because some fucking person who's playing as a Thai woman who's got a child who, by the way, supposedly lives in Dubai, who literally has a kid. Who has ever heard of a overseas Thailand worker with a child in Dubai? Most overseas Filipinos, basically like Annie, can't bring their child. They have to send money home for the child. Of course, Annie doesn't have money. That's one reason. Or children. That's one reason why she was pissed at me. And I don't blame her. But the point is I'm not dealing with scammers. I mean, literally, it's all she wrote, But to me, I watched Titanic. What am I supposed to watch tonight? Well, let's see. I can't watch the Rocky series because, as you all know, my legitimate gripe, Amazon bought up a lot of movie IPs in the billions, bought the franchises. What is Amazon doing? Holding on to them. Oh, you want to watch our Rocky movies? You must pay $3.99 a movie. Oh, you want to watch? I don't remember what it was. Something else. Oh, you want to watch Brewster's Millions? You need to pay money for it. I mean, literally, Dad and I go round and round at times. It's like everything you want to look for is freaking, I mean, literally, it's a bunch of crap. I mean, I watched Jamestown last night. I don't know if Chloe ever saw it, but basically, it's like several brides get paid to come to the New World. They have the farmers in Jamestown, Virginia, under the monarchy and royal and British law, comes, and what do? They start to get over here. They got to get married to some guys. One's a drunk and he abuses the woman that came over and everything else, and all this crap happens. And I'm on episode 3. But it's interesting to see, and it's based on real-time stories that happened in the times of Jamestown. But to me, I find it to be more disturbing, that there's, I mean, it's, I don't know. Movies are disturbing because everywhere I go to want to watch on my list, it's rentals. Dad finds these free ones, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're so sucky. He's like, well, we watched them, so we don't need to watch them again. But yeah, that one sucked. And then, like the other day, I gave him like 20 different recommendations. Right? He didn't take one of them. Oh, we're gonna watch this one and watch them. The thing is he chooses more movies than I get to choose. I'm at the point where I'm just like, give me my damn remote. I'll choose one for myself. I mean, literally. I was looking for several movies, and I couldn't find any. And that's because of the fact that, people say, oh, well, you got to choose something, I don't want to choose anything. And then, I mean, yeah, he's hopping up and down on his cage right now. But you get the idea, I mean, and then people say, oh, well, it is what it is, as I tell Dad, it is what it is, and I mean, literally, I get to the point where I'm like, what's the point, I mean, that's how I see it, So, it's like, reading certain news, all these things coming down the pipe, like this. HBO Max and Discovery Plus is going to be fused together. Great. I mean, to me, it's, I mean, I don't know. But I'm at the point where I'm tired, maybe after my sister's call, a little nap. But every time I turn around, we got some shit going on. Thailand girl scamming and, you know, and then, you know, another one scamming in the country, you know. I was telling Chris the other day, I got a feeling these three scammers I'm talking about are liars with Joe Gill. Literally. I mean, doesn't he have anything better to do? I mean, literally, I told Chris, just get rid of these people, and, you know, told Higgins, and Higgins was like, oh, well, you know, the thing is Higgins might be older, but Higgins realizes we got problems when it comes to it. Not mean Higgins, you know, the whole thing. And the thing is it is what it is, you know. It's like that's the thing. It's like yeah, I was looking at the back here if you could see it. It's like smooth, but still. I'm just tired of all this crap going on, you know. That's why I might need to, once I finish up, I might need to work offline on YouTube or spreadsheets, go back to writing letters full time for my family due to the fact that I'm literally tired. Tired of sitting here having people drain me, you know, for 6 hours on YouTube. For what? You know, and then hearing people talk about screaming and stamming and whatever, you know, etc., etc. And I mean, I have a life, you know, outside of YouTube and gaming, you know. People don't believe it, but I do. I mean, think of it, 35 minutes to talk to my sister finally. I'm excited because, frankly, it'll be fun. Oh, my sister messaged me while I was in the shower. See, I'll show you how hard it is to text. See, I could have texted faster, but I'm not going to be tracked either. See? Text. To my sister, Teddy Bear, you know. So basically, you know, my family, you know, is, you know, and I got a notification. It goes, doo doo. So my cousin Dinky, I'm not going to tell you her health problems at all, but she messaged me today, and I thought about her morning crankiness, and I was like, made me think, you know. Anyways, so I'll be talking to my sister Teddy in 34 minutes. So I'm going to see, first of all, on Amazon. I know you guys, since there's no comments, I'm gonna check Amazon for me. Actually, I did my pre-orders last night. I do need to work tomorrow. I will give you the schedule before I go for tomorrow. After I talk to Chloe, of course. About no, offline, not online. Apparently, right now. So apparently, hold on. So I went to watch one of my favorite movies. It's only 40 minutes long. And apparently, it's telling me I need to go to Stars again. I guess Stars is getting some pretty good business for me lately. For some reason, Stars, you know. But anyways, all right, hold on. I want. All right, here we go. Let's see here. There we go. Let me go click on my list. Add to playlist. There we go. See? Isn't that awesome? So, one of my favorite movies is currently Yeah, I'm surprised. What was that one thing on Amazon? I'm surprised. Okay, you guys sit here and say, "Oh, we're surprised." I'm surprised Amazon. I bet you it's money. It's gonna cost monies. So apparently, it's by MGM, and Amazon's demanding it to be paid. However, I'll go Google it real quick because I just want to kind of. All right, so currently, if I want to do it, it says streaming. I'm looking for this Tubi. Okay, so HBO, TV, and Peacock, so I can watch it for free. Hmm. Back in the day, So anywho, so basically, like I said, I looked it up. I guess HBO Max. But I might, like I said, with 30 minutes to spare, put in my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, and just relax because I believe in stars, and I pay for stars. And then my family, I offered them to watch stars, and they're like, "Oh well, I need to get off my ass." And well, if you want to get off your ass, that's fine and dandy. I don't care. I mean, literally. So, anyways, so you guys are wondering about tomorrow's schedule. So I'm gonna give you tomorrow's schedule, easy peasy. Okay. So tomorrow morning, Chloe's gonna have this place finished up. She's gonna be busting her ass off all night. I, of course, am paying her. That's the thing. If she pulls this off, she gets her earn her keep. That means she's got to finish her room, vacuum, clean the kitchen, make dinner, lightly tidy the bathroom, which is like sweep the floors in, wash the floors. She's gonna wash the floors in here, but I suggest floor cleaner and not pure Clorox. That stuff would basically eat my eyes, even in a closed area. So, and then tomorrow morning, I sleep between 9 and 10, probably between 7 and 10. And then she takes over. After the inspection, she and I will sit down to discuss the Monday through Sunday's projects, which could be because, we're limited on stuff to do. We either have to start watching the reviews, and then after we get done with the reviews, we might have to go jump into Guild Wars 2, deal with some guild missions and some other stuff. We also might have to jump into on the third a little whatever. I've been meaning to check on something. Give me a second on my other computer because for some of you out there thinking I'm stupid and dumb, I forgot to check on my other Discord thing. See, I have Discord on Gilder, and two of my guild mates is on Gilder, so I want to see if they've messaged me, which they have not. So in the morning they didn't do it, so that tells you right there what happened. Last night I found a game that's a web-based internet game on Discord. So apparently there's something on Discord here, friends, pending. Oh, okay, so I gotta approve. Yeah, I forgot this. I'm on the computer right now, so um, I also keep this. So I told my cousin Dinky, who runs her own server on Discord, that I you know, so and I'm checking it real quick as I always like to listen to the floor, you know. So who's the one complaining about this? So some people are complaining about my spelling. I didn't use Grammarly. Usually I use Grammarly, but I didn't do it. someone's like, oh, you need to Google this and do that. Yeah. I just don't basically pay attention much, because when I do the forums, I just check the forums, and my forum is here. It is. So they're all talking about fly rods. That's a funny topic because of whatever, and moreover, and then so forth and so on. I think it's funny as hell how they're just talking about the price of them and everything else, where to go for this. Just Google this and Google that, and it's just downright too damn funny, when it comes to it. Howdy from Montana. Greetings. I hear you guys got one of the best fly fishing areas in all of the United States, that in Wyoming. Washington's not bad. Oregon's not bad, but Montana is the fly fishing capital of the United States in Twin Bridges, Montana. Followed by, in my opinion, up in Kalispell, Whitefish. And then you got the Fire Hole down south of Wyoming, the Fire Hole, and then Yellowstone. Those areas are badass for fishing, I tell you. Badass. I don't talk about my fly fishing experiments because, frankly, no one knows what I've done in my life. I used to fly fish. I used to go down with a buddy of mine. He would brag with a spin rod. And he would sit there for hours upon hours. Now, if you go in the back channels of central Washington, there's nothing but irrigation canals, right? And the irrigation canal, the state has ordered that if the farmers are using chemicals, they can't use it near the irrigation canal. So they usually just spray water. When you're out there on one side of the canal, on the access roads, the maintenance roads, and the other side's the farming roads, you can get miles and miles of fishing, I'm telling you. And let me tell you, just stand around, right? And you could sit there, and you got a guy, and he's dangling, and he's like dropping his lure and everything, and fish aren't biting. You go up, and you literally go with a Tenkara rod or a fly rod, and you lightly do this, and you angle it so you get a good clear sight, and you drop it properly. Those fish will be biting like crazy. And you think the fish might be like this big, right? But when you pull them out of the water, they're like this big. I don't know how many times I pulled out some brownies and some rainbows, and I mean, literally brownies, rainbows, and even a few brookies, and I'm telling you. But Montana and Wyoming are the fly fishing capital of the United States of America. I had to look up some info the other day on Texas, I was talking to my cousin Dinky about Texas the other day. She's like, oh, man, you need to get down there and do some fishing. Well, yeah, maybe if you get my Uncle Steve on board, we'll all go fishing, I mean, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, Texas does have some stuff, but Montana is key. I mean, literally, I mean, you can fish anywhere, but if you know what you're doing, I mean, literally my cousin says, oh, well, do you know anything about fly fishing? Yeah, more than you, dude. First of all, the fly fish, you have two situations. You can either floating line, which is for rivers mostly, or which can be used for lakes, but I highly recommend not. Or if you're in a deep part of the river, you can always use a float/sink line, which basically you can do it a certain way, like European fish, which requires a longer rod, and you just go out there and. However, the two-handed rods is for salmon steelhead. If you don't know, you want a good one-handed rod if you know what you're doing, but two-handed, seriously, if you're going out and chucking out some real imitating flies for a giant salmon, I mean, literally, or steelhead, you're going to be basically looking for those bloody lunkers. And people say, oh, well, the lunkers aren't that bad. Really, do you know where I'm going? I got an encyclopedia, right? An encyclopedia, okay? So, did I ever show you the story about the encyclopedia? So I emailed someone the other day, I emailed Orvis once, right? I'm a big Orvis fan. And Orvis knows it. I have Orvis books, and I have Orvis books, and I have Orvis books. One day, Orvis sent me this. This was sent, apparently, by Tom Rosenbauer when I asked more about the history of Orvis. Now, you guys could sit there and say, oh, well, that's cool and dandy, right? It's an encyclopedia. And then I find out my hair needs to be trimmed. And then, even with a wet brush, let me show you. So my hair is waving and curly, right? Naturally waved. This is some of the hair that came out. Literally. And it's still wet. But someone says to me, oh, well, your brush would be better if you clean it, because this is my brush. Thing is as long as it's still collecting hair, you don't need to worry, Like this, see? This is what I'm worried about. And then you got to look at it from this point of view. And then you got to rebrush it and then pull it out. That's the thing with this, It's also that Chloe uses the cheapest shampoo in the world, Literally. I tell her to get me some Dove. She brings in some VO5 or some Suave, But anyway, so Tom Rosenbauer apparently, Orvis sent me. I'm an Orvis fan, like I said. And so, talking about Texas, for my family is like, oh, do you know anything about fly fishing Texas? Well, let's look it up, shall we? So, it's an encyclopedia of states. I can even give you a rundown of Montana too, peeps, just because it's my channel. And I got to kill time till 20 minutes. Texas. Excuse me. Tennessee. Here we go. Fishing in Tennessee. See? Texas. Fisheries. Brown rainbow trout over 5 pans. Fly rod 12 months a year. You can get largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, Guadalupe bass, striped bass, panfish, and freshwater plus saltwater. Fly fishing on the Gulf Coast for redfish, sea trout, jack, crevalle, and even tarpon. Says you can bigger fish are caught on bait or plugs in the 15 miles of trite water below a dam. 18 inches or larger. It says what you use for your thing. So if you're going to Texas, these are the flies you use right here. See? It says here, other rivers, yada, yada, yada. And it talks about it. And then it says here, you can also get some snook, false albacore, Spanish, and king mackerel, large redfish, and tarpon in the Gulf. So it says during the summer, smart anglers fish flies early and late in the day on shallow edges using poppers and streamers. You see now, for example, Montana. Now, everyone knows Montana has a lot of fishing. I mean, literally, you want that. This was like very little, right? Info on that. But if you go to say Montana, oh yeah, fishing New Jersey. See that this is cool, right? New York, New Zealand. North Carolina, Norway. Norway's good for salmon nymphs. Let's see, north. Oh, that's because we're new. Here we go, Montana. Montana has 4 pages. Connects the state like Wyoming, Colorado. You can get cutthroat trout, grayling bull trout, rainbow trout, brown trout. I mean, literally, look at these pictures, though, It says the Yellowstone, what you can catch in the Yellowstone. Got the Blackfoot, the bighorn. Talks about nymphs, salmon stoneflies, grayling, the Madison, streamers, hatches, bass, large and smallmouth, pike. Pike's pretty good. white bass, panfish, and sunfish. Talks about seasons. Blue wing, it talks about the things here: blue wing, olive, caddies, pale morning dun, PMDs, grasshoppers, tricos, beetos, and whitefish. Literally right there, it tells you exactly what you need to fish in a particular state. It comes from this. And my family, on the other hand, thinks I don't know anything. Little research can catch you more fish than not doing any research. Crawfishing, yeah, I hear freshwater crawfish isn't bad. I mean, I'm more of a trout person, salmon, steelhead, but out here where I live, we don't get to do it this year. The state blocked us from literally fishing on the coastal waters due to the fact that there's low salmon and steelhead numbers. You can still catch trout, but mostly the Native Americans are getting away with doing it. So, but the fishing is pretty good. I prefer fish myself. But I know exactly what's going on, and so for Texas, anyways. There's other states it talks about, but you know, Washington, Oregon, etc. They're in the books too. Tells you which ones are what fishing is where and how, etc. Look at this. This is embedded into the handle. All my hair stacking up. I was always thought about emptying this as soon as it got completely to the top. I've never got it to the top. But anyways, as my hair dries, my hair is wet still, so it'll literally pull itself together eventually. So, but anywho, I'm not really beautiful. I'm a deep voiced woman who's different. Outspoken when it comes to my community. So I have a outspokenness. Even my adopted mother hasn't messaged me in a few days. That's what really irks me. Now they want to prosecute Indians in states that say that Indians have no rights when it comes to Roe versus Wade. I mean, come on. The news needs to do other things. But anyways, like I said, fly fishing, is a hobby of mine. And because of it, I look. Okay, yeah. I'm just checking on a few things. My company. No, not my company, the company I go through for goods and stuff. I'm always looking for deals, that's the thing. One guy was talking about something or other, and I was like, cool. Did he actually sell that? I bet he did. Let me see. Yeah, he did. No shit. He actually sold it. Yeah, me and Chloe were looking at that one, but wow. There we go. So I guess, yep. So, anyways, like I said, I'm not really beautiful. I have too many people that message me about that on Instagram and Discord. I'm just a woman. Just a simple minded woman, with simple minded needs. Like today, I got to sit down and write in my diary and journal sooner or later. They're talking about that. Higgins the other day was talking about the Amber Heard thing. He's been addicted to it. Talking about Amber Heard going to prison. Like, why would Amber Heard go to prison? I mean, literally. Check the cheapest gas stations. No, I don't want to. I don't drive, so it doesn't matter. Motorola is talking about Razor 3 leak. This one's interesting. I visited a Walmart in a rich neighborhood, and there's big differences in products. Really, that's interesting. Probably, let's look at this. I'm just curious. Share what you got. Showed off some of the exclusive items at Walmart in the affluent area in Arkansas. Okay. Well, the households are now closed the stores to Walmart. Beauty sections. Okay. Brand name clothing and stored home displays. Sarah shared this in one of her videos and a commenter wrote that the center is a test pilot for Walmart. Come on. Is there anything else? Leah drones. Sounds like I would. See, the thing is, you gotta it gets your hopes up. That's why I hate these news articles. Inflation ends. Anyways, so currently I got 10 minutes left with you guys, and I gotta get out of here because my sister, she hasn't messaged me, so I'm going to be messaging her soon. But we got one comment and one watcher, so it is what it is. I should answer the forum eventually. You know. Talking about glasses. Hmm. Hmm. So, anywho, like I said, I got a meeting with my sister in 7 minutes. And then after that, I will. Oh, yeah, I didn't talk about tomorrow's schedule, did I? I went into fly fishing. So tomorrow's schedule is simple. We have an inspection, like I said. I will be in bed between 7 and 11, more likely 6 to 9. Then I'll get up after inspection up. They show up. The manager's already knowing them. She basically wakes me up. The polar bear is coming out because I ain't gonna fucking tolerate this fucking rude behavior while being slept. My bed, my rules. So basically, what's gonna happen is, tomorrow I will look over the other spreadsheets, see if I need to start them. Like I said, there's about 41 left. Afterwards, I can sit on my butt for the rest of the month and then reset up for next month. I just don't want to spend 6 hours at a time on YouTube due to the fact that I'm very tired of doing 6 hour YouTube vids because it does get tiring. Literally it gets tiring. I mean, tiring to do YouTube videos and tiring of also listening to all the bullshit lies. Not to mention, I get tired of freaking listening to scammers. I mean, the gentleman there, Berserko Uno, that was cool to hear about him moving and then going to Montana. I guess he got tired of living from a blue state to a red state, But fishing's great anyways. But my point is this. It doesn't matter why he moved. It's none of our business. My point is when it comes to living, right? My point is I got to go through the spreadsheets. I got to go through some other stuff. I got everything printed, so I just got to sign it out. I got to make out letters and envelopes are going to be so much easier with those label makers. I just stick them on there. Then I fill out the address, stick stamp in the box it goes. And the post office, when I do my business letters, they truly love me because, frankly, they don't like me to... They love me because I support the postal service. They're like, aren't you worried about postage stamps going up to 60 cents? Nope. I'm still going to use the postal service. I'm too old-fashioned. That's one of the things my aunt and I talked about. I'm just too damn old-fashioned. I prefer writing in an old-fashioned letter. That's why I got a diary book. I send to Dinky once it's filled, and I start a new one. And it talks about my life and, Try if you want octopus. Try going to Red Lobster. There should be a seafood shop that serves octopus or calamari. That's what it's called, calamari. I think octopus and squid are almost the same. So just go look for that. But anyways, my point is so I'll be looking over the spreadsheets tomorrow. I will be getting on tomorrow, but I'm not going to spend 6 hours because it drains me. It's like dealing with these scammers on YouTube and liars and Instagram and Discord. I mean, literally, you heard that one person. Oh, I'm going to go home, and on disability, and now they're talking about lobster. I'm sorry to say, lobster is a very rare treat for me. Okay, I don't sit there and say, "Oh, gosh, I'm on disability. I'm having lobster." No. I literally got to plan my funds out. Someone just comes out and throws lobster out in the mixture. That tells you that they're bullshitting, lying. Like, oh yeah, my mom died and I got the land was sold. My family bought a motor home because I'm doing it this way. The government can't touch me because I'm screwing over the government. I mean, literally, it's bullshit. It's literally bullshit that you're going and talking about how everything you've done, you've been scamming the government. I mean, literally, to me, that's just down. If it's true, I'm calling bullshit. My bullshit detector is going off, And then on top of that, I got a Thai girl going, oh, yes, I want to be with you. I want to be your wifey. I don't want a fucking wifey from Thailand with a kid. It doesn't make sense. My boobs are my property. I mean, look, you can sit there and laugh all you want, but my boobs are my property. My boobs are not to show nakedly to people. I'm a minister of God. I believe in God's word. I don't believe in showing off my naked body. I've done that in the past, and I've disgraced myself. I'm not going to disgrace myself anymore. Plain and simple. And yet, another one messages, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, and you're that. I'm tired of these fucking con artists. I mean, literally, I'm about to tell the one on Instagram and the one on Discord, what do you want? What are you trying to get out of me? Because I'm not interested. I mean, the ones from Thailand's like, oh, are you sexually active? No, I'm not. And I don't think about sex. I think of my paperwork. I think about movies, music, video games, books, newspapers, news. Some people don't understand. I even think about little bunny Foo in there. Hello, Boon Boon. He's a Dutch dwarf. And my service dog. I don't think about sex. Literally. You don't talk to someone in the on Instagram and you sit there and talk, I'm lesbian, I like to sexually finger myself. That is not the thing to tell me. I don't care. Literally. I mean, these people are perverted people. And to me, I'm almost got to get going anyways for my phone call, so... I'm on SSDI, and let me tell you, it's not easy. I mean, literally, people think I'm on SSDI, but look what I'm living with. I'm living with this. See? A flip phone. People say, and then, the government's pushing for a real, live, what do you call it? They're pushing for a smartphone, and the government shouldn't be pushing me to get a smartphone. I'm not going to be tracked, all right? I mean, literally, I bet you if they're watching me, the government's watching me and my incoming and outgoing email, they're basically watching it trickle where people are getting hit with emails every few minutes. I'm getting hit with an email when but I'm on disability. You don't see me bragging. I mean, look, so I invested in some steaks this month. Big fucking deal. I didn't use food stamps. I fucking used my own card. Why? Because they were on sale at like $6.99 a pound. I mean, literally, if you were in Montana and you saw a steak for $5.99 a pound for T-bones, I think rib steaks, you take the deal too. Just because it's food, but I have plenty of food. The problem is again, anyways, hold on. That's my sister. All right. So please subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like, subscribe button. It's wholesome fun for the family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Look for my next video after I'm done talking to my sister. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you in everything you do.